Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. That means I couldn't think of what day it was. I need my coffee today.
Tony, did you have a few cups already?
We got Tony on visiting. We got people on Zoom. We got people on Facebook. So, welcome. Hello, Stephanie. How are you? I can't see you. I just hear you. And that's okay.
Hi, Stephanie.
That's okay. It's Thursday. What week is this? Is this week 11? Now I see you. Hello. Week 11.
Deborah?
Yes.
Nicole would like me to tell you that I hooked her up to a monitor this morning for her cardiologist.
Okay. All righty.
And it doesn't hurt, but she's crying.
Okay. All right, Nicole.
One iota.
Then you know what, Nicole? This is a good class for you to jump in on. It's okay. Let it flow. Let it out. We've got a friend who's sad today. We have a friend who's sad. And that's okay. That's okay when we're sad. That's why we do this. That's why we have this class. And we talk about how we're feeling. I usually have a topic as well. Oh, Nicole moved over there and she's on the other side of my son.
Stephanie. Good morning, Victoria and
Ooh,
Michael.
Katie may be having an issue jumping in.
And good morning, Alona.
Good
Nicole
morning.
And
Good morning.
Tony.
Good morning. Now we've got Katie on. Now we've got Caitlin. Yeah, we've got Caitlin on Facebook. So let's start our traditional way. We've got, let me see, we got Tony, we've got Nicole. Nicole is having a rough morning, and that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's not a good thing. I mean, it doesn't make her feel good, but meaning it's normal. It's natural to sometimes that we don't have a good morning, and that's okay. We've got Alona. We've got Stephanie, we've got Adam, we've got Katie, we've got Michael, we've got Hannah, we've got Caitlin over here. Sorry guys, I need my coffee. Why do I need my coffee? Because I'm addicted. Let everybody chit chat and say hello for a minute. Get yourselves acclimated. And we'll see if we can support our friend. We see if we can support our friend. Let her have a shoulder to cry on, as we like to say. And then we'll let her slowly kind of join us in. But yeah, sometimes when we've got to do things we don't want to do, how does that make us feel? Katie, how does that make you feel? When you got something you don't want to do, and you kind of got to do it, how does that make you feel? Ooh, Katie, every Thursday you come up with fantastic words that really... Hey, Terrence, what is up? And we've got Alex joining us too. All righty. Well, we are here for our feelings check-in. I think, if I've lost track, I think it's week 11. Am I right? It's week 11.
Yeah, today it is week 11.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Tony. We've been doing this for a while. And it's our 11th week.
For the future, I want the quarantine to be over at some point.
I agree. Hey, Jamie. I think, Hannah, you summed it up. You were very positive. You were very clear. And I think that is a very reasonable thing to wish and to expect. And I'm going to bet everything I've got, everything I own. And I'm not a betting woman, that this will end. And it will end well. We're gonna be.
Sure which day it'll end.
That's the problem. Remember, a number of weeks back, we have the unexpected. We don't know. We don't know when we're uncertain, and it makes us not happy. Schools
will open again.
Yeah. But you know what? The center will reopen. Schools will reopen. Businesses are already starting to reopen.
And I want my town pools to open.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. I think they will. It might be tricky.
They don't open till
You might not see July. I think July. I think maybe July 4th, maybe. I'm going to be confident. Don't hold me to it. Don't hold me up. Everything will be open up again. It might be a little different for a while, and that's okay. That's all right. Like when we go back to the center, it's going to be a little different. Victoria, looking very lovely today. I'm sorry, coffee gives me the gurgles. Everybody's looking good. Whoa, looks like everybody's hair looks really good. What is going on? Is it week 11?
Thank you, Deborah.
My hair, no, I'm looking at all you. You all look pretty good to me. I don't know if I look pretty good. But things will be a little different. And that's a really good tie-in. Hannah, I want to thank you for starting this conversation, because it's going to lead to a topic that I want to talk about that I think will be on point, and I think we can help everybody with this one. So we're going to talk about cooperation today. So that's the word, big word, and we're going to break it down, and we're going to figure out, maybe a plan for cooperation. Why am I bringing this up? So we don't know when we're going to reopen yet. It will be, when I say soon, it's not going to be in the next month, but it's coming. So I don't know. Somebody's having a lot of...
We're just waiting for further notice.
All right, hold on. Somebody's having a lot of background conversation. Let me see. Nope. Okay, somebody was on the phone. I don't know who it was because I can't hear. So, somebody's on the phone. All right. Okay, good. Okay. So, it will be soon. It'll eventually be soon. Katie, what do you think? When do you think programs like ours will reopen?
Well, the town schools, the governor approved in-person graduation.
That's right.
For early in July.
I say September.
Okay, Michael says September. Katie is giving us some evidence. She's giving us some stuff that's helping us form an opinion. She's saying, now listen, the governor's letting in-person graduations happen. It's like the first week or the second week of July.
And if they have a gathering, it's got to be 25. If you want to do a family gathering, it's got to be 25 people.
Yeah, so we're slowly increasing the number of people that can get together. Jamie, good morning, lovely Jamie, and she says cooperation, if I could talk, is a really good topic. Yeah, I think it's going to fit in really well with us today. It's going to be good. Let's see. Wow, Caitlin says it's going to be on her birthday. I'm hoping that you have an early birthday gift. I'd like you to get back sooner. She says in September. So, I don't know. It might be before September. I'm hoping before September. But you guys raise a lot of issues. That when we do come back, there might be some rules. We all remember why we need to stay apart, right? Yeah, we want to stay social distancing, and sometimes maybe we've forgotten. The reason why we do it is because this particular virus is very contagious. And while many of us will be okay, F. Gertie, many of us will be okay, we'll get a little sick, but for some people it can be very, very painful, very uncomfortable. It can be very bad. So to help everybody else, to make sure we watch and protect a lot of our friends, we decided as a country, well, as a state, maybe as your town, as a program, we said, hey, we're going to do things differently. We're going to stay in our homes for a bit so the bug can leave, so the virus can kind of die down. It can leave. And that way our doctor... Yeah, then it'll go away. It won't spread as much. It spreads very quickly because nobody's had it. right? Like some people might have had the flu, lots of people have had chicken pox, so we all don't get sick at the same time because nobody's ever seen this. We'd all get sick at the same time, which can be difficult. So we decided as a state, right, as a county, we have all these organizations, our center, our families, our schools. We decided that we're going to do social distancing. We're going to stay home for a bit. 11 weeks. Whoa.
How many more weeks of the virus, Deborah? Have any idea?
I don't know. I think it's going to be another... the numbers are going down.
About another month or so.
I think so. I think Katie's right. I don't know what's going on over
I
there.
haven't seen many. Yeah, I haven't seen as many in the hospitals lately.
That's
So we know that the numbers are now slowly increasing.
so
Yeah,
yes.
And the number of deaths, too.
So not to bring a downer, we don't want to scare anybody, but it's true. The number of people that are getting seriously ill are going down. The hospital admissions are going down. And some people, usually people very sick and very old, some people pass away from it. That's a reality. But that seems to be getting better too, okay? We're getting better at taking care of people, and that's a good thing. Now, you might see the numbers go up because there's going to be more people getting tested. So that's possible because for a lot of people, they don't show any signs. They seem to be pretty cool. So that's the problem. When one person feels good, but they have it, and then they go and they... I spray when I talk. I don't mean to be gross, but like, I'm like... and a little spit of spittle. That's how people get sick. So it's good that we reviewed that, but we're getting ahead of this. We're getting ahead of this now because remember in our fitness class we were punching out the coronavirus. Punch you out. Tony's scared. So, but I gave you a really good example of our topic today, right? We all did something to help everybody else, right? That's what this is. That's what social distancing and following the rules. I think these are good rules. You may not agree, and that's a different topic for a different day. What do we do when we disagree with the rules? What do we do when we think they're wrong? That's a whole nother conversation. But today we're going to talk about cooperation. Who here knows what cooperation is? What do you think? Katie, go for it.
Accepting something for what it needs to be.
Nice. That's a way to cooperate. Yeah. Accepting things for what we need to get done, what we need them to be. I like that. What's Caitlin saying? Oh no, Caitlin, you'll be okay. We'll make sure you're okay. That's why we're doing this. Anybody else have an idea you want to express? Anybody else? What do you think? Stephanie, do you have any idea what do you think cooperation is? To cooperate.
To be nice.
To be nice. I think cooperating is nice. I think so too, right? Adam's waving his hand. He knows. Let me see. I don't know if I can unmute you. What do you think, Terrence? What do you think cooperation is? And I'll go to you, Mike, next. Terrence, you're on. Hold on, Terrence. You're on mute, Terrence. I can't hear you. Okay, now you're good. Getting along with each other. You guys agree. So Katie's talking about there's acceptance. There's acceptance of what we need to do, what we need to get done, what we need to understand. Stephanie says it's about being nice. Absolutely. And Terrence, Terrence, what did you just say? Getting along with each other. Whoa, my coffee's not working. So, and let's see, who else? Michael, I'm sorry. Like I said, my coffee. What do you think cooperation is?
Participation.
Participation. Yeah, all these things that you're saying are absolutely correct. Would you agree, Alona? Would you agree that all these things they're saying is correct? Yes, Alona agrees. Nicole, do you agree that they're correct? Yes, I saw ahead. Jamie says it's respecting others. Absolutely. That's a big part of it. It's respecting others. Alex, you're on mute. Do you want to contribute? Do you want to tell us what you think cooperation is?
What's cooperation? Yeah. I don't know.
That's okay. Alex is always very brave. I love that. People should never be, I think I know who this is. You should never be scared or embarrassed that you might not know what the exact answer is. Oh, everybody, it's Christian. Good morning, Christian. Christian, everybody's saying hello. He's got a special K, man. I got my today's special coffee. We've got some other people. Oh, I think TJ's joining in. Okay, so we got TJ joining in. We got T. So, but Alex, you heard your friends give you some examples on what they think cooperation is. Do you agree with them? Do those things that they said sound good? Yeah. So, you know what it is? You know what cooperation is. You do, because you agreed with them. And you guys are all correct. Oh, Katie just popped over to that side. I have my phone up, so hopefully as people move around, they'll come in. Yeah, cooperation, basically, it's working together and helping others. Everything you guys said is exactly in that. And give you another example of cooperation. Christian is cooperating with us. He's helping us out. He's letting us know that Governor Murphy's talking at 1. Everybody, fingers crossed. Let's hope that we get some more good news. I need to get back to the gym. All righty? It's like a non-issue. All right. Well, yeah, Katie, you've inspired me. Now you and I are going to cooperate and we are going to work out. We are going to knock it out. Coronavirus. Yeah.
Over eventually?
It will, Hannah. That is one thing I'm going to say. And I don't like to promise things all the time, but I'm going to promise you this, Hannah. This will be over. We don't know when, but it will be over. It will end. All things come to an end. All things
must come to an end.
Absolutely, Katie. Absolutely. Raise your hand if everybody thinks that's true. All things change. It's the only thing we know in life. Everything changes. We have no control. All things change. Yeah, Tony, you got something you want to chime in? I see you.
That's whip inflation now.
Yeah. That reminds me of the 70s, man. And I think the majority of you weren't even around for the 70s. Those were tough times. We can do this. My dad's 80, and I think I told you guys, he said he never lived through anything like this. And he's lived through a lot of things, okay? My dad's had an interesting life. So it is different, but it will end. It absolutely will. All things end. And what happens, Katie, when one thing ends?
Another door opens.
Yes, a new beginning. Right? One thing ends, another new thing starts. Closing time. Go look up that song by Semisonic. It is, yeah. That's the way life works, and that's a cool thing. Christian says he works out daily. Christian, I'm going to hire you for my coach. I need a coach. I need a trainer. So, I gave you guys a big example. Let's see. When I was saying that our centers and our schools and our towns and our counties and our state and our country, we're working together, and we all agreed, maybe not all of us, but we all overall agreed we would stay home. Do you think that's an example of cooperation?
Yes.
Yes. Michael says yes. Anybody else? Katie, do you agree? Yeah. Yep.
We may not like it because we all feel trapped.
Okay, that's Adam. Okay, so sorry. We may not like it, but why did you do it? Let's go around the room. Why do you guys think it was important to do this? Or it's important to cooperate. Katie, I'm going to start with you. I'll work around the room. Why do you think it was important?
For safety.
For safety. That's a really good reason for cooperation. Right? Tony agrees. He agrees. For safety. Safety of you. Terrence, you got something to say. Why do you think it was important?
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
Good, good. I'm glad. You're always a very helpful, cooperative person. You're always kind, as everybody here that I know. Why do you think it was important? This is the tough, why is a hard question to answer. Thank you, thank you. Cooperation in action, lovely lady. Why do you think it was important?
What do you think here?
Why do you think it was important, Terrence?
Because it is important.
It just is. I mean, that's, honey's like, hello?
It's natural.
It's natural. Like, hello, we need to help other people. We need to think of other people. Like, duh. Yeah. I mean, I get it, Terrence. You feel it in your gut. You feel it in your core. Alex, why do you think, and it doesn't have to be just this time, why do you think it was important to cooperate and help other people? Why do you think it's important?
You have to be listening.
Did I hear listening? Listening is a part of cooperation, but why? Why do you think it's important? Do you think it's important? Like, let's tag off what Stephanie said. She says that cooperation's about being kind. Do you think that's important, to be kind to other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Alex is smart. She's got it together, and so Stephanie. Stephanie, why do you think it's important to be kind? Let's work off this. You two working together. Why do you think it's important to be kind?
To be helpful.
To be helpful, right? There's no wrong answer. Hey, I think I got David J coming on. Yeah, these are important things. We might not know who was talking. You can go in. Who was that?
Me.
Okay, Victoria, why do you think it's important?
Is David J on Facebook or is he on?
He's on with me. He's on with me. So no worries. I got him, hon. Thank you. She was cooperating. She was being helpful. She's a. Let's look at this.
Together.
Yeah, we got to work together, right? Why do you think we need to work together? So we know it's important because it's important to be kind. Katie says it's important for safety, this particular situation, for the safety of others. We want to keep everybody healthy and safe. Is that an important reason to work together? And happy. And happy is important too. We might not always be happy, but happy, healthy, and safe. Raise your hand if you think that's an important. Nice, TJ. Raise your hand if you think that was an important reason to cooperate, right? Excellent. And you guys have been very cooperative. You have worked together. You've worked with me. You've kept your cool. You've showed up at all your classes. You were flexible. All these things went into cooperating. We're working together. When my email goes down, you guys were chill. You guys were like, okay, we get it, Deborah. How can we help you? We'll wait. It's all right. We'll wing it, Deborah. We'll help you out. So cooperation's important because it does a lot of things for us. It keeps us, I'm going to use Katie's. It keeps us safe, it keeps us healthy, and it keeps us happy. And as Alex and Stephanie and some other people agreed, it's kind to do that. It's helpful and kind when we are working together, right?
I got a big word.
Go for it.
Compassion.
Compassion. Ooh. Compassion.
I got one.
Hey, David. Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah.
Respectful.
Respectful. When we are, I think when we respect others, we will cooperate with others. Absolutely. When we have compassion, meaning we care what happens about other people, we are willing to cooperate, right? These are important things. These are big fancy words, but they're important. How would it make you feel if you went to the center. I'm going to use the center. I'm going to give you a kind of a scenario, a situation. Okay, an example. You ready, guys? So I'm going to use the center because we all have that in common. Empathy. See the string? It all flows. Every week it builds upon, guys. What did Katie say? Were we building stairs? Were we building a wall? We're not building a wall. We're building a ladder, stairs, right? Because we're getting higher places. We're not keeping people out. We're working our way up. So, you're at the center, and there's a project. I don't know. Does anybody want to give me an example? What's something you like to do at the center that you do with other people?
Art.
Art. All right. Let's say you're doing a set for I don't know. Maybe you're doing a big mural. Let's say we're doing a big mural, okay, at the center. Each center has a mural in different rooms. So we're doing a mural. Like that's a big painting on a wall, okay?
Okay.
And there's some other members there, some other people. And they're working on the mural or the painting. They're working on the big painting. And they're not letting you help. They're not including you. They may be hogging all the supplies. Maybe they're not saying hello. They're not letting you paint a piece of the mural. How would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? Let's see. We'll go to Michael and we'll work around the room. Michael, how would that make you feel?
Left out.
Left out. How would that make you feel, Katie?
Alone.
Alone. How would that make you feel, Alex?
Yeah, listen. You said that.
You want them to listen to you. You want them to listen to you, right? I could see it in your face. Like, you're like, hey, this is not nice, right? Absolutely. You answered the question. Totally. Listen to me. Stephanie, how would that make you feel?
Sad.
Sad. Hannah, how would that make you feel if people at the center didn't include you in a big project to paint a painting? Disappointed. Ooh, you guys got some good ones. Terrence, how would that make you feel? Mad. Yeah, I get mad. How would that make you feel, Victoria? Hurt. You guys got some really good ones. Alona, I just saw you. I think you agreed with Victoria, right? Let me see. Jeter's off to my corner. Jeter, I think you'd be mad too. You'd be mad. He doesn't like that. Nicole, how would that make you feel, my friend, if they didn't include you? Just like that, just her facial expression, like,
Yeah.
just like left out. Angry, somebody said, angry. The reason why I bring this up is not to bring you down on this dreary day, but this helps us understand why it's important to be kind, like Stephanie said. It's important to get along with others. It's important to include people because we wouldn't like the way that feels, right? Were the other people that weren't letting us do this project, were they cooperating? What do you think, Katie? Were they cooperating?
No.
No. Cooperation isn't always about, cooperating with just who you want to. Cooperation is about working with many people, other people that aren't just your friends. So
we have a good example of cooperating.
Give it to me.
Cooperating is also, even if you don't want to have something done, and you still let it be done to you. So here's Nicole needs something for her health. She did not want to do it. She was in tears, but she still let me do it.
So you know what, everybody? Let's give Nicole, let's give her some claps and some thumbs up, right? Yeah. Right? Who here's, that's like, it's not fun getting, stuff stuck on us or we do things for our health because they don't feel comfortable or they scare us. But should we be good or, well, that's not the right word. Should we try to stay calm and let the doctors and nurses and techs and family members do what they got to do to keep us healthy? What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes, everybody agreed.
Yeah.
Yes, so Nicole, very good job. Very good job that you did that. Very good job.
buddy.
I just popped. I don't know. I don't know who I lost. My screen suddenly changed all the way around. So, and it throws me off. Okay. So, you guys did pretty good. And I would say, I gotta say this, since my time working at the center and working with a lot of you, I've worked with some of you even before. Yes, right? Caitlin knows. Caitlin's like, yeah, you gotta help them out. You guys have always been very cooperative. I have to admit, I've always been very fortunate to work with all of you guys, hang out with you guys. You've been good. I've worked with some people that were not cooperative, right? You know, what do you think? Oops, we got to share screen.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's all right. So it just throws me off. It's okay. No, it's cool. As long as it was you. Sometimes we had somebody hijacking one time. What do you think? And I'm going to ask each of you, what are some things you could do at the center when we come back that would be a way that you could cooperate, you could help others? What do you think? Katie, I'm going to come to you first. What do you think?
By making word clouds and turning negative into positive.
Nice. So Katie is really looking on creating a positive mood, an atmosphere. I like that, Katie. Sometimes that's all you need. You know, who here has ever been feeling kind of down in the dumps? Right? I think everybody can raise their hand. Stephanie's got it. Right? Lately I have. And have you had, nurses are very cooperative people. They're very helpful, Caitlin. And have you ever had a person come up to you and give you a smile or a hug, or you're just walking, and they say, hey, you know, Katie, I really like that t-shirt. Katie has a great t-shirt collection for those of you that don't know. I really like that t-shirt. Would that make you feel better if you were in a bummer mood?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Sometimes people who are just positive and create a positive mood in where you are can really help you out, can really lift your mood.
Something uplifting.
Absolutely. That is something very, that is very key in cooperation. Good cooperation is when we're positive. If we all came in and we were like, I don't want to do this, you know, beep, 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 beep. That's usually me. I don't want to do this. I'm so mad. And then Tony was like, yeah, me too. And we're kicking chairs at the center. Do you think that's good cooperation? You think we're going to do a good job?
That's good. No.
No, I mean, we'll probably work together. Yeah. I mean, you know, we might agree, but I don't recommend it. That does happen every morning at the center.
Victoria.
Bless you. All righty. Alex, you've had something you've said a number of times. So I want you to try to rack your brain. Try to remember what you've told me. What is something you can do to help with cooperation? You've said it a couple of times. Let's see if you can remember.
What did you say? You said it before.
I gotta go.
See, I do this.
What do you have to do? Well,
I'm giving you a hint.
Listen.
Yes! Bingo! Right, Jeter? Alex has got a good one. You've got to listen. Oop, here we go. We got my friend. You've got to listen. Raise your hand if you think listening is an important skill. Yes, Stephanie. Yes, TJ. Yes, Michael. Yes, Katie. That's right, Alona. You got to listen. And that's a hard skill. Katie, I don't know if you want to text my friend. He's got a little bit of a challenge jumping on. My friend over here. I don't understand. Yeah, Michael. Wait, what? Okay, wait, hold on. I got somebody chattering. That's okay. What did you say, Michael? Say it one more time. Teamwork. Yeah, big. That's the biggie. That's the biggie That's the biggie for cooperation. Work as a team. Is that always easy, guys? No, I mean, depends. Some people you really get along with. Who here, like, I don't know. I'm going to put Tony on the spot. I actually, overall, I like Tony. He's a friend and he's a coworker, but I think we work well together. We are a good team. He may disagree, but he'll probably say yes for this purpose. We do a lot of projects together. And overall, sometimes I get crabby, but he's cool. He listens to me and then he forgives me and we work well. Teamwork, but sometimes we have to work with other people we don't always get along with. Who here has ever had a project at school, or you've taken a class, or you had a project at the center, and yes, Jamie, power in numbers, absolutely. We can get more done sometimes when we work together, absolutely. Who here has had people that you just don't get along with as well? Not that you don't like them, but you clash, and you had to do a project. Anybody? I've had to do that. Katie, I know she's texting somebody. She's helping me. Have you ever had that, like somebody in your group, maybe they're too loud. Maybe, let me try this one. They're too loud. They like different things. Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
And do you have to work together with them? All righty, there we go. We got somebody on. Finally.
We got it.
So, what do you think? Do we have to follow Alex's advice? Hey, Dave, you had a lot of people working together, cooperating to get you on this morning. I'm glad to see you. And I want to share this with everybody. I don't care if you're late, all right? And I'm sad to see you leave, but I know you have other things that you have to do too. So you can always come late. All right? Always come late. I'd rather see you than not see you. Okay? So, Alex said we've got to listen. We've got to listen for cooperation. That's number one thing. So when you're working with people that Katie and I were kind of like, we might not get along with, or we don't have the same interests, do we need to listen to them? Yeah. Maybe and should they listen to... Yeah?
Eye contact.
Eye contact. Eye contact is an interesting thing, my friend. I think eye contact is important. Should we force people who don't like to keep eye contact? Let's do this. Let's go around the room. This is about cooperation. What do you think, Nicole? Should we force people? Eye contact is good, Michael, because it means when we make eye contact. So right now I'm looking at Tony, but it's kind of weird because we're looking at a screen. Eye contact lets people know we're listening to them. It lets other people know that they're important. It lets people know that we're connected. That's why we like eye contact. So if I said to you, and you were looking off to the ceiling, I said, listen, dudes, we need to, I don't know, evacuate, or I need you to take out the trash, do all these things, and you're looking off somewhere, I might think you're not listening to me and that you're ignoring me. But is that true? That's not true for everyone. Some people, eye contact is uncomfortable. So we could find other ways to make sure, so when we're cooperating, but who here says it's okay if somebody doesn't make eye contact? What do you think, Katie? You think it's okay if they don't make eye contact?
Sometimes I don't do that. I just listen and I do other activities, and when I want to chime in, then I'll say so.
Okay, and as a group, should we accept that sometimes Katie needs to do something else and she's doing two things at once and she is listening? Okay, that's good. I mean, I get it. What do you think, Stephanie? Is it okay that some people can't make eye contact?
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's right. It doesn't mean that they're not cooperating. What do you think, Nicole? Is it okay that some people don't make eye contact? And I'm not dissing what Michael says. What he says is important. But to be cooperative and to have compassion, as Katie says, and to be kind like Stephanie says, and to listen, like Alex says, and to get along, like Terrence says. I think I remembered them all. We need to sometimes understand that people do things differently. So what do you think, Nicole? I know you're not looking directly at me, but I know you're listening to me. So would that make you feel better if I said it's okay that you don't have to look at me all the time? Give me an eyebrow, something. There we go. There we go. We got the eyebrow. So what we did was Nicole and I were cooperating. I said, okay, Nicole does things one way, and I do it another way, like Michael suggested. I do like that. But I know that we might communicate differently, so we found a way to communicate, right? Right? Alex, was I listening to Nicole and her needs? Yeah. Alex, do you think that people have to look at you all the time to cooperate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex is like, I like people to look. I like eye contact. That's okay. So maybe what we need to do for people like me and Alex, that we do like people to look at, to make eye contact, Nicole and I worked out a way that we could communicate that I know she's listening to me.
I have to do that when I'm at work. I have to focus on my job. I have to do it when I'm working.
For some of us, it's hard to do too many things at once. For some people, it's really hard to maintain eye contact and to listen. I know that does that sound silly to anybody? Does that sound silly that it's hard? No. Michael says no.
I've been getting conflicted a lot with my choice making. Like, I want to be doing something with my family, but I have other obligations that I have to do at that moment in time. So I have to tell them to wait for me. Mm-hmm. And they understand that I have my needs, and they need to accommodate.
Yeah. So they're cooperating. You guys are working together. You're expressing your needs. As Jamie says, for eye contact, it's okay. You can encourage it, but you don't have to force it. Yeah. I think that's a good plan. Encourage it. Because, we want to be connected. So, but Katie...
Jamie, I say hi.
Oh, Stephanie says hi. Everybody says hi, Jamie. What I think Katie was saying goes back to what Alex said. It's about listening. It's about listening to other people and being heard. It's a two-way street, right? She hit it on the head, right? We've got to listen.
I'm sorry.
No, go.
If you don't feel heard, you feel alone.
Yes. Who agrees with Katie? Who agrees? Stephanie, do you? Michael does? Stephanie, do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Alex, do you agree? Do you agree that if you don't, she's on mute, but I think that was a yes. Dave, do you agree that if you're not heard, you feel alone? Yes, I think he's going to make a big thing, right? Victoria, do you agree? If you're not heard, you're alone. You feel alone, right? All those feelings we talked about. Nicole, do you agree? Do you agree that give me an eyebrow, girl? Yeah, I got the tissue. I think that's a definite, yeah, man.
Who's got extra sound on?
I don't know. They just love to hear me in stereo. What do you think, Terrence? What do you think? If you are not heard, do you feel alone? You're on mute, dude. Give me a thumbs up if you don't want to unmute. Let me see. I don't know if maybe I can unmute you. No, I can't. So you must have muted yourself. Now you're... Sometimes if you're not heard. And that's a big thing. Alona, would you agree? If you're not... yeah. Right? I think everybody. TJ, would you agree? Give me a thumbs up or raise your hand. If somebody doesn't listen to you, they don't hear you, do you feel alone? I think so, and I think he's looking for music. I do hear you. Sometimes I can't make what you want to happen. So what do we do? I don't feel important enough, and I'm not the, sometimes, we don't feel important if nobody listens to us. Has anybody ever felt that? Caitlin said that. We don't feel important. You would agree, Alex? If somebody's not listening to you, do you feel not as important? Yeah. She was like, yeah. Right? Stephanie, do you agree? If somebody's not listening to you, do you feel not as important? Yeah, right? Sorry. The point is, we're listening to each other. Sometimes we have these feelings, and that's okay. How do you think... So, we're talking about cooperation, but how do you think we can work to get people to listen to us? This is an important thing. This has come up from time to time. How do you get people... For some people, it's really hard. Some of our friends can't speak in the traditional sense, like me. I have the gift of gab. I yap. So, yeah, right? Some of us can do that. Some of us can say what we're feeling. And in the big world, right? In the world outside, that's how most places work. They put stress, they put importance on speaking certain words, and that's hard for a lot of people. And what happens when we can't communicate what we're feeling? And people...
Well, in my opinion, I used to work at a school for the high school that I went to, and working with the kids, they were verbal. Non-verbal, but I always felt like if I knew the person was good enough, I could read like facial expressions between happy and sad, and then I could communicate through that.
Okay, so Katie is giving us tips. She doesn't realize she's giving us tips about cooperation. So for some of our friends, they cannot speak in the traditional way, the regular way, I guess, what we would say, like with words, okay? Oh no, my internet connection's unstable, like myself. So, so Katie says she needs to take an extra step to look at somebody and check out their body language. Dave, I see your body language. Either something really funny happened, because you're laughing, so you seem to be in a good mood. But would you agree? Look at somebody's body language. Dave is really easy to read. I can read Dave's mood pretty fast. I don't think Dave can play poker, okay? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if he can. But no, he agrees. Meaning, when you play poker, you don't want people to know what your cards. So if you get really excited, you got a good set of cards. That's it. You lose the game. What else? How else can we help ourselves to communicate or help others so that we can understand them? What do you think, Stephanie? How do you think we can work together to understand people or have people hear
Pictures.
Look at pictures. That's a great idea, and we do that.
I've done that with the school, like picture cues.
Yeah, we use cards a lot. So some people here have letter boards. Good answer, Stephanie. Good answer. Some people use letter boards. They're pictures of letters. Sometimes I have pictures. How do we tell people our schedule at I used to do it more on the printed. How do we tell people at the Bergen Center the schedule for the day?
Picture cues.
Yeah, we have a board, and we also have it in words for people who can read. But we also have pictures so that some people who can't read, or they can tap the picture. So yeah, Stephanie, that's a great way to cooperate and support. And let's say, Stephanie, let's build on that. Let's say one day you were having a hard time expressing how you were feeling or what you wanted. Sometimes let's do feelings. And I gave you a chart, a bunch of pictures of faces. And let's say you were so excited or so sad that it was hard for you to tell me. Do you think that might help you tell me how you're feeling?
Yes.
Yeah, even for people who can speak, sometimes we get so upset or so excited that we can't find the words. And sometimes pictures can really help us. Pictures or colors. Absolutely. Good one, Stephanie. Good one. Dave agrees with you.
Another thing with the water bottle effect.
Yeah, working on visuals, giving people what we would say is mental pictures to help explain themselves. What do you think? Anybody else have something that there's a way that they can tell us how they're feeling by maybe not using their words or finding or understanding how other people, what do you think, Michael? You're on mute, my friend. Let me see if I can unmute you. No, it's on your part, hon. What's something? What do you think? You're still on mute, Michael. We can't hear you, man. We're cooperating. Oh, Caitlin, I like that. I like that, Caitlin. I'm going to share that in a second. Michael's still on mute.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, now you're good.
Okay. Talk on the phone. That way, a person's voice, the way they sound. Have a day.
So Michael that's a nice one too. You know, talking, just hearing their voice. Should we, I'm very loud. If you haven't figured that out, you don't need a Dave, do you need a microphone with me in a room? No, you don't need a I'm very loud. Maybe it's my hearing issue. Should we, Victoria's laughing too. Everybody's laughing. Would you agree? I think Alona agrees. You hear me across the room. I was in an auditorium once and a microphone wasn't working and I said, I don't need that microphone. Okay. So, hearing somebody's voice, but do you think do you think the way we cooperate is using maybe a gentle voice? What do you think? Are there certain voices that make us feel good?
Depending on the person that you're talking to. Like the person that you're talking to might be in the mood for happy screaming or...
Yeah, if somebody's excited. Like if I need... So Katie, what you're saying is if I need Nicole to get up and dance... and I want to pick her up, I'm going to be like, yeah, girl, let's go. I'm going to knock you out. It's not working right now. I tried it. But she may not need that. Who here, what do you think, Alex? If we were, sometimes do we need people to be like soft-spoken? Do we ever have times? Yeah. Some people said yes. Right, TJ? Like if you were having a bad day or you need a little support, it might be like, hey, TJ, let's just breathe it out, man. Let's just take a deep breath. Would you agree, Dave? Sometimes a soft voice. So we have to watch how we speak to others. That's a great way to cooperate. Good. And to help other people be heard. I'm really focusing on that instead of cooperating in general. You guys picked a good one because I think that's important. I think, let me ask again. Who here wants other people to hear them, to listen to them? Raise their hand. Do you want other people to hear you? Yeah, Adam just right up there, right? Right? Everybody here wants people to listen to them and to hear what they need. Victoria, she got her little emoji. I still haven't worked that out, right? So that's an important thing. That's maybe something we need to, what's another way? Anybody's got another idea on ways to get other people to hear you, to listen to you? Who here throws a tantrum?
Never.
Yeah. Who here throw? I mean, I'm going to use that word because I think we all know it. I mean, I don't use it to say that it's wrong. Dave, really? Wow. Suddenly speak. Well, yes, I agree with you, Caitlin. That's why we said we have to watch our tone and our volume because we don't want to scare people. Caitlin says, sometimes we talk too loud. So let's see. Who here has ever had just a meltdown or, acted out? or yelled at somebody. Ooh, I think I've done all these things. Okay, somebody's tattling on somebody. Oh, Alex, I don't believe it. Stephanie, I don't believe it. Dave, I don't believe it. Katie, I don't believe any of you. I don't believe any of you ever losing your cool. I don't believe it. But you know what?
I had a little stuff right before we got on.
Yeah.
I never had a tantrum.
What?
It happens.
I believe you, Michael. You seem pretty calm. But you know what? That's a compliment to many of you, to all of us, that we look like you're in control, you're nice. But guess what? We said it. It makes us angry when people don't listen to us. And if we can't be heard. So why do we act out? Why do I start cursing? I have very interesting tantrums. Because that's how we get attention, right? That's how we finally get somebody to hear us.
That's how we're heard if we're not heard in the beginning.
Yeah. Some people might, hit somebody saying, look at me, listen to me. As Alex said, listen. That's important to listen to me. Because I might be, why is it important for you guys to be heard? Why is that important?
If you're not, you might have opinions.
Yeah, you got opinions. I get it. There's a lot. Hey, listen, we're on social media. Everybody's got opinions. Why do you think, Stephanie? Why is it important for people to listen to you?
To help you.
To help you. You might need help, for God's sake, right? Goodness gracious. Like, dudes, my car broke down. I need somebody to pick me up, right? Or my food fell on the floor. I'm starving. I'm thirsty. I'm going to faint, right? Let me see. Who else do I got here? What else? TJ's on mute. Alex, you got one? Why is it important give me a good reason when somebody should listen to you?
You have to be nice.
Yeah. Who wants to be treated meanly? Raise your hand if you like being treated like garbage or treated meanly. Raise your hand. I don't. Adam.
Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, that's why we do cooperation. Adam's raising his hand. He's being a Weisenheimer. You could tell I'm old. I use these ridiculously old terms. Adam's being a chucklehead. And I say that affectionately. He knows that. Right? Yeah, TJ's laughing. These two are always cracking themselves up. And being Weisenheimers. No, Adam, you don't want people to be mean to you. We want people to be nice to us. It doesn't feel good. Anybody else think, what about when we could be hurt? We could be not just emotionally, physically. We could need medical attention, right? Right? What happens if you were stuck in a room? Let me see. I don't want to insult anybody. I'm trying to think of the worst. Who here likes Barry Manilow music? All right. Okay. One person. Victoria's like, no. Believe it or not, young people, he was very popular one time. Okay. So, I don't see. Oh, Alex likes it. Okay. Alex likes Barry Manilow too. Okay. But it used to be a joke. I'm trying to think of what's a terrible singer. What's a terrible singer before we end? Who's terrible? I know some of you like Justin Bieber. Who here likes opera?
Mariah Carey.
I agree with you, girl. Who here likes opera? Let's be honest. Who here likes opera? Okay, I don't see anybody raising their hands. What happens? Okay, Dave's like, no way. What happens? TJ raised his hand for opera. It's true. We tried it. What happened? I know. What happens if I put you in a room? Okay, it was a class. Maybe the door was locked, which is not okay. We can't do that. But let's say you were stuck in a room and you can't leave. And all I was playing was opera music for an hour full blast. Terrence is like, absolutely not. And I wouldn't listen to you to change the channel. How would that make you feel?
Crap.
Like his screen was on the video.
Well, that's different because that's something you like. But that's why, right? Who here would really dig that? An hour in a locked room, you can't leave, listening to opera really loud. Okay, raise your hand. All of you don't get up at once. Katie would like to listen to opera. Adam, oh.
No, I said no.
No, okay, let's do it that way. Who would want to leave that room? Who would want to get out of there as fast as possible?
I walk out of the room.
So I like somebody said, yeah, Dave just he's making sure that I register that he would not want to stay in that room. I hear you, Dave. I actually like opera. And some of you know I went to the opera recently, not too long ago, and it was a weird experience. That's all we'll leave it at. It was a weird experience. I could leave, but I paid a lot of money, so I stayed. But it was my choice. It was my choice. But if it wasn't your choice, it would make you very unhappy. So it's important to be listened to. Dave that was a weird opera, man. That was a weird opera. Dave knows why. Some of you don't know. It was very strange. It was like the whole time, just like people. It was cool. It was cool. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's ruined me for all other operas, but it was a good one, Dave. And next, Dave, when it comes back, I'm taking you, dude. I'm making you go. I'm making you go, and you'll love it. Yes. If it ever comes back, I'm taking you and your family. I do like. Caitlin likes it, but not everybody does. That's why I picked it. It's very distinct. So that's why we got a little off tangent, but we wanted to talk about why cooperation is important, and a way we can cooperate is really listening to others, as you guys said, listening to others, and because it's important to be heard. And that's how we can, when we cooperate with others, we're really listening to other people and their needs. Okay? So
dial into the person and their needs.
Yeah, that's really what it's about. To help them, right? To help them, to listen to them, to be kind to them, to get along, to really accept things. To accept things that we have to do to keep ourselves healthy. So before we go, because we're running over and I apologize, I just want to make sure everybody, we checked in at the beginning. Let's check in how we're doing at the end. Facebook people, one last chance to tell me how you're doing. Alona, how are you doing this morning? Still okay? Still okay. Still hanging in there. Nicole, you look better. How you feeling now? Give me the eyebrow. Yeah, I miss those eyebrows, girl. And Stephanie, how are you feeling after an hour of talking? Yeah, Stephanie's like, yeah, she's ready for the day. Katie, how are you doing?
I'm better now than I was before.
Excellent. That's all we can do. As Katie says, 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. We just take it. Jeter, how are you doing? Give me a thumbs up if you're doing okay. I think he's smiling. Terrence, how are you doing?
I feel better watching TV.
You feel better? Hey, then go watch some TV, dude. Go watch a good show. I like to watch Murder, She Wrote. I like to watch where people get killed. I don't know why. I'm a little weird. Yeah, right? Yeah, love it, man. Love it. Stuff I can't do. And then they cooperate. They cooperate to solve the crime. See? Alex, how are you doing? Yeah, that's what I want to hear, girl. That's what I want to hear. Michael, how are you doing?
Good.
All right.
Last night's bingo game was fun.
All right, good, man. Good. That's what we want to hear. Dave, your camera's moving, but how are you holding up? All right, I see Cheryl helping us out. It was tough getting on, but he hung in there. Oh, wait. He's good. It's good. All right, Victoria, how are you doing? Thank you, Jamie. I enjoyed talking with you as well. I always enjoy. All right, we got 2 thumbs up. We're hanging in there. Caitlin, you're hanging in there, I hope. And TJ, give me either stretch up big and tall to show me if you're doing okay. Yeah, Dave's stretching up big and tall. T, why don't you stretch up big and tall? Yeah, let's just stretch up. Yeah. And you know what we're going to do to the coronavirus? We're going to punch it out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to punch it out. Alrighty. So I need to plug some stuff. I went over. I'm terrible. I went over. But we had such a good talk. I was important. We talk about these things. So for your next, we've got Crafting with Allison. That is on Zoom. And I think on Facebook too. Then we've got 1:30. We've got our skills bunch. I did send stuff out. So hopefully if you have it. If not, I was a little late, but I got you for like next week. So I'm ahead of the game. And then, so that's at 1:30 for that group. And then 2:30, Tony, I think you've got some serious fun planned on Zoom. Don't miss it, guys. Come on. I think the picture alone is worth it. So we've got a bunch of cool stuff. Then Friday is in the morning all together. What is Friday morning? Wild card Friday. Don't know what I'm doing next, guys. Wild card, because we're wild. Alrighty, everybody. So join in for crafting. Join your other classes at the other centers. I'm going to say thank you so much for joining. You guys make me feel good. I hope you all made each other feel good. And we're all going to see each other at 11:30. Or some of us. We'll see each other throughout the day. And
See you at 1:30.
yeah, I'll see you at 1:30.
I will see you at 1:30 too.
Yeah, be there or be square. Alrighty, guys. Thanks again. And oops, sorry, I keep saying forgot. So I'm like, I'm done. So for Facebook people, I want to say thank you so much for joining in. It's always nice to have you guys. It adds a nice dimension in a different way. So we will see you guys later. Bye.